One of the areas of the community outreach that I think is very important that I want to talk about right now is the trails. And Gary, I'll have Gary Andre come up, and he has an important plaque that I want you to talk about what the trails are doing, just to give you an example of what is happening within the Wildomar Community Council. Gary, if you would, and Bridget Moore as well. Why don't you come up to the front here so they can hear you?
A young man died a couple of years ago on my neighborhood, really nice kid. His name was Justin Hunt. He died over in Iraq. That got the trail committee involved in dedicating a memorial trail for Justin Hunt. We have a cast concrete monument that will have these plaques on it with the memorial plaques of kids that have died. Bridget came to me with this one. This has to do with Jesse James Pashal, December 5th, 1991 through July 19th, 2007, beloved son and brother, founding member of the BSA Troop 604. You are truly missed. He was killed. How was he killed?
Yeah, he was riding his bicycle to the bus stop to pick up his younger brother, and he was wearing a helmet. He was hit and killed by a driver who then sped off. The Wildomar Cub Scout PAC offered a $500 reward for information leading to the arrest of the driver, and that was successfully happened. And so we did contact Gary for a trail to be in his honor.
Yes. The trail, right now, I've been dealing with D.R. Horton with about 10 meetings over off Grand Avenue in Central. There's a trail behind that. That's supposed to be the memorial trail, but everyone I dealt with is now fired from D.R. Horton, so we're starting all over again. But the monument is done. We just have to find its home and put it up. And these plaques are done. We have a large plaque that has Justin Hunt Memorial Trail with all the people who have donated. The reason he died because we didn't have trails for kids to ride on. And it's very important that we think of our kids. When you're driving on roads, look to the side and see how much room they have to walk, or there's nothing there. And this is why we're pushing for trails, for safe passage for it. Thank you. Thank you very
much. So working out with the WCC, we're an educational information tool to the community. So we'll continue to get this information out. You can visit our website, which is on the information that you have in front of you. Also, I want to say another good website, the WildomarVoice.com. They're here as well, and I like that website. It has a lot of good information out there. Go to it and get some information of what is happening in the community, and also that you get the different perspectives of what's happening here. So thank you for WildomarVoice.com for making that happen. Also in your packet you have a timeline. A timeline is covered there that shows all the events all the way leading up to February 5th. These dates are in there regarding the process that took place starting from September 18th all the way to the conclusion of when we complete this in February 5th. So your information packet is there. We have this on the website as well. So make sure that you have all this information. And any questions, you can talk to any of our council here at the end. We also are going to have another meeting on January 15th. You might want to mark your calendar. That's at David A. Brown. So make sure that we're going to also have some public officials there to talk about public safety. And we're going to also have some folks from the county to talk about the process of once we become a city. And that's going to be opened up for some questions for the public safety and also the county. So if you could put that date down. I know a lot of you can't make it during the evening times. That's in the evening. And if we have to get the information back out to you here at the VFW, we're going to make sure that we get it out to you. Not everybody has email capabilities, website access. So we're going to try to get as much information out at every meeting that we attend. in either hard copy, email form, or however we can get that information out to you. Also, you're going to have an opportunity to meet the Wildomar candidates. They're each going to have 3 minutes to come up here, present themselves, introduce themselves to you. And there's not going to be any questions and answers to the candidates at this time. We may look at that down the road for future development on that. I do want to hit on one item that I think is very important to you regarding cityhood, and that's the everybody that may have that question out there, are taxes going to be raised? I'm going to read this paragraph to you by word. It's from Proposition 218, the Right to Vote on Tax Act. Findings and declarifications. The people of the state of California hereby and find that Proposition 13 was intended to provide effective tax relief and to require voter approval of any tax increases. However, local governments have subjected taxpayers to excessive tax assessments, fees, and charge increases that not only frustrate the purpose of the voter approval for tax increase, but also threaten the economic security of all Californians and the California economy itself. This measure protects taxpayers by limiting the methods by which local governments act revenue from taxpayers without their consent. And if you're very concerned about taxes, there's a lot more information regarding Prop 218. Go to that website and you'll find any additional questions there regarding the raising of taxes within a city. Do we have any questions on that from any of our directors?
I just wanted to make a comment on that 218 that it just said does not allow the city council or whatever to raise taxes by themselves. So it's going to have to follow the law and the regulations.
Correct, absolutely. Okay, at this time, before we go into our candidates, I just want to see if we have any comments from our directors. And we're also going to have director comments at the end. Any opening comments from any of the directors? Sharon?
All of you there in the audience, this is your time to ask questions right there. When I'm out in the community and the different organizations that I belong to, I get a lot of questions. It is your time right now, today, to ask him all these questions in your mind that you have about the subject of cityhood. That's all I have to say right now.
What we're also going to do is when we go through all the candidates, you're going to have about 45 minutes to mingle with the candidates and meet them one-on-one and ask particular questions that you may want to ask on the candidates that are running for council. With that,
I'd like to make a comment.
okay.
Now, I'd like to address some things that have been in the paper and are on the stopthemoneygrab.com. I'm personally offended at the attacks of the Wildomar Community Council. We have been a volunteer organization, nonprofit organization, serving the community. We have not received one dime, if anything, that has cost us money over the years that we've been dedicated to this purpose. At the original inception of this incorporation, it was required that we get 30% of registered voters in Wildomar who wanted incorporations. We achieved that. That alone tells us that we have the vote for cityhood. We would have gotten more if time would have allowed. We were time sensitive to turn in that material. We have done everything by the state. The state controller's office, because of a kind person in our community who challenged our fiscal analysis, took it to the state controller's office. Unbeknown to him, he did a great favor in actually getting more revenues for the new city of Wildomar when we become a city. The state controller's office found that we are fiscally viable. So that should put anything to rest. If you have any questions, please direct it directly to us. On our website, we give our names and phone numbers that we can be reached. StopTheMoneyGrab.com does not gives a phone number with no person at the end of that phone number. We're available to the community 24/7. So this is your opportunity now, if you have any questions in regards to what we do, to ask them now. Thank you.